So we just recently hit 200,000 subscribers here on the channel, and I was thinking to myself, you know what, we really haven't done like a celebration of a milestone in a very long time. We didn't do much for like 150,000 or anything like that, but every single time you hit 100,000 more subscribers, I feel like that's something to really celebrate. So what we're going to be doing is somewhat of a special video, and that is looking back on the past. If you guys are nostalgia junkies like myself, make sure to stay tuned. We're going to be taking a look at my very first Brawl Stars video ever created here on YouTube. And funnily enough, my very first video on YouTube, I started with Brawl Stars, so get ready for cringe, guys, when I was very inexperienced. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun to see what Brawl Stars was like way back in the day, about 2.5 years ago, I believe, something close to that. I'm losing track of the time, what the heck, but thank you all again for 200,000 subscribers. Love you all to death. But with that being said, let's get straight away into it. Here we go. Okay guys, so if you're much like me, if you watch YouTube videos and you start getting into a specific creator, you feel the urge to see what their earliest post is. A lot of the time they private their very first videos, but not I. Guys, I've never privated a video here on my channel ever. So if you guys are ever in the need of cringe or just seeing what my very first video is like, you can check it out. This is the absolute very first one. But before we get any further, I got inspiration for this video by my good friend Ben Tim1, one of the coolest dudes around town. So make sure to go check out his video. I'll put that linked in the description down below if you guys would like to see what his very first Brawl Stars videos was like. Okay guys, so we're just booting up the very first video here, and I gotta say I'm extremely embarrassed to share this along with you and hear it again, even though it is public for everyone to see. Anyone can watch it whenever they want to, so I don't know why I'm feeling so embarrassed. Also, funny thing, Ben made his video when he first started Brawl Stars content, right? But at least he had some experience under his belt being a YouTuber. He had nice overlays and stuff like that. But this is a very inexperienced rate, the very first video I attempted on YouTube. So let the cringe begin, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, guys? Right here. So today we're starting a new little series.
Oh, you sound so different.
Before we start, why don't we go take a look at the tier list?
Guys, I can't take it anymore. This is too much. May July 27th of 2017. As you guys can see, that is absolutely insane. The comments are so funny on these videos. Alright, so skipping ahead to the gameplay, as you can see, we're playing Nita in Gem Grab, and as it was called back in the day, Smash and Grab. The name changed, but this is a very early on Brawl Stars. I started my YouTube channel basically the time that Brawl Stars was released in beta, about 2 weeks after it was, so I've been here basically since the very beginning, and as you can see, a very, very different game and a very, very different Ray. That's for dang sure. The gameplay's all choppy, a little bit laggy here and there. The commentary was awful. I recorded these matches and then posted them after and commentated over it. A really fun fact about Brawl Stars back in the day is, yes, of course it was portrait. You played the game. The gaming experience for Brawl Stars was way, way different. You moved around with a singular joystick and then you tapped to shoot instead of an attack joystick. But another really cool thing to point out is the values for health as well as the damage that you output was much lower. The values were basically like divided by 10. I'm not sure how much they increased it when they did in that update, which is why my character has 800 total health hopping into the game and only dealing like 100 and some damage. I know it's a small detail, but I remember when I was making my videos, I always called the bushes in Brawl Stars rough, and a lot of people got angry with me about that. So I was super self-conscious about talking about bushes in Brawl Stars. So yeah, we managed to pick up the win there. Hopefully you guys are jotting down notes. Your boy Ray was an expert back then. Do you see those plays I was making? Freaking genius. God tier Brawl Stars player. Man, it truly is weird to look at how different everything was on my channel when I first started. The progression with the thumbnails were atrocious back then, but seeing them change slowly over time, finding different ways to make them, or signature ways that kind of made it a little bit different from others and stuff like that. It's cool to see that progress over time, but man, it was way different back then. Holy crap. Now I want to share with you guys my very first live stream I did on YouTube. Just take a look at that freaking cringe-worthy overlay. One of the worst overlays I've ever seen in my life. Don't forget to subscribe. Hey guys, did you know we're live? on both ends. Do you get the picture? We're live right now. Oh my goodness, it was so bad and laggy at the same time. My streams were so dang laggy on YouTube, and I don't know. It was a fun experience though, being able to like meet some of my earliest people watching the channel, even though I would stream to like 4 or 5 people. I even remember at some point asking my brother to hop in the beginning of the stream so it wasn't so awkward for me to just like sit there by myself and play and maybe talk to like one other person. It was really funny getting started on YouTube. So let's fast forward a little bit. The dreaded face reveal. The videos I've showed you already was of me with no face cam, and I was so freaking nervous.
They wanted to see Bo being played in Showdown, so we're gonna be jumping into some Showdown with Bo as well. So again, you guys, thank you so much for 500 subs. That's
500 subs
my face today.
For the face reveal, man.
I know you guys really wanted to see the face reveal. It's nice to link the voice to the face, so I totally understand where you guys are
The commentary was awful. I was so freaking nervous in this video, you guys. And fun fact, this microphone was Ben's. The Blue Yeti that I used for so long. He lent it to me.
Let's see. Hopefully it goes well. Okay. Here we go.
Super different Brawl Stars,
So
super different Ray.
I think the way that we want to play
My
Bo here,
goodness.
Elixir, but that's okay. We don't want that Shelly pinning us
This is
off.
too much, guys. I
We'll
can't
be fine
handle
with
this.
2 elixirs, so.
Okay, guys, so I'm jumping back here a little bit on my catalog. As you can see, the old intro video and my old name was Brawl Star Ray, still my Twitter handle over on Twitter. I thought it was a cool play on words, Brawl Star Ray. But I wanted to point this video out because this was the first like time teaming started to arise inside of Brawl Stars way back here. I was making a joke of it. I was trolling teamers because it was being talked about in the community that teaming was a big problem in Showdown, or it wasn't quite a big problem, but it turned out to become a big problem from this point on. So I'll find the point in the video. Okay, guys, so getting to the point in the video, this is when I was doing the dastardly deed back in the day when teaming wasn't really that big of a deal, but look at me spinning away. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can get this Shelly.
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go.
I think we're on a team. Yep, sweet. Okay. Okay.
Success!
We're gonna get her when she least expects it, guys.
I honestly remember
ignore
this
behind
plain
you
as
right now.
day. I was having a hard time with the in the commentary because I couldn't figure out when I was gonna backstab this person, like troll them. I was like, should we do it now? Should we? Guys, help! I can't figure out when to do it. Making just an intricate game plan. We need to get our super first so we can make sure we can kill this Shelly.
I'm not even trying to win. I'm just trying to.
So that's what I was going for.
Get this Shelly. Actually, I could probably get her. Let's get her. The stab in the back. That's what you get for teams in a free-for-all match. You're not supposed to do that.
Oh, so
Shelly.
cringe. But yeah, guys, those were the days starting off my YouTube channel with like 1,000 subscribers, probably even less at that point. Yeah, less, like 100, something like that. But man, it was so much fun. The growth process was just an absolute blast. It didn't really even matter the amount I had. I had a lot of fun with it. But what I want to do is show you guys this video. This video in particular marked when I started really enjoying playing with Mortis and kind of made him my favorite brawler. And that's when star powers were released in the game for the very first time. But let's get into this video here. Who the heck is this person, man? I changed so much in 2 or 3 years. It was crazy. This was a very different Brawl Stars, and I've said in the past, this is probably my absolute favorite time to play Brawl Stars when the gadgets, pins, medals, and star powers were released. I believe that's what they were called. But it was a really cool take on how to progress in the game or how to level up your brawlers in the game, basically giving you free reign of what you want to do. I'm going to pause it here once we're going over it. So, for example, here on the bull screen, we had 3 different tiers, right? The blue pin is the super tier, I believe. The red pin is the attack, and then that green one that you saw earlier in the video was for health. So say, for example, you just wanted a bull, you didn't have enough to max them out, but you wanted to focus in on his health. You wanted to be a tanky bull. You could just level up that health tree and have a bunch of health with very low attack. It was a really crazy way to play Brawl Stars, but it was incredibly fun. But in the end, it was a little bit too advanced for new players to come to the game to not really understand how to even go about upgrading your brawler. So they made it much, much simpler. And believe it or not, the very next update after this was the dreaded landscape update, the craziest negative feedback update in Brawl Stars history. But in retrospect, it was probably one of the most important updates in Brawl Stars history for the longevity. We probably wouldn't be having Brawl Stars at this point in time if we stayed portrait. So pretty dang cool. So skipping ahead to the Brawl Box opening portion of the video, look at that, guys. I'm telling you, this way of Brawl Stars, especially if you played before and you just understood the game ins and outs, this was such a fun update. It was so exciting to get all these things out of the Brawl Boxes.
You guys, the medals are the rarest to get, so it's good to get those out of the Brawl Boxes if you can. Okay,
I feel like I always talked like I was like shouting.
I
was always like yelling at you guys.
Attack pin. Health badge on plus.
And I think honestly it was because just being uncomfortable, not being able to be my complete self while talking to a camera. It can be difficult, trust me. I feel like I'm still not 100% there, but still much better. So jumping back in the video here, this was when I fell in love with Mortis because of his star power. Creepy Harvest was so freaking awesome. He was actually the second brawler I maxed out in this update for the star power because I thought it was so freaking cool. But the first, I believe, was Colt because I really liked mobility in the game and it was a very straightforward star power. You just run faster. So I did that one, but man, it was so awesome. So now the gameplay portion, Mortis back in the day. My goodness, look how far he dashes. Oh, those were the days, man. Mortis was crazy back then, man. So Creepy Harvest actually worked way different as well. They did a little rework on Mortis, actually a pretty significant rework. They made his dashes shorter, and they switched Creepy Harvest, I believe, all in one go. So he became more agile. So his dashes weren't as long, but he could dish off more damage faster because his dashes were quicker. And as you can see, there's a little green skull on the map there. That was Creepy Harvest before. So if you killed someone or if anyone died in the game, they would drop a green skull. And that is how you would heal up. So once you would go over the skull, you would get the health of Creepy Harvest. And I believe it was only 1,000, not 1,800. And believe it or not, this seems like a hassle, right? And when they switch Creepy Harvest to once you kill someone and then you get the healing, I was like, this is broken. Mortis is going to be the best brawler in the game by far. But in retrospect, it really wasn't because no matter what, when anyone died, so your teammates could kill someone, they would drop a skull. And then you would always have like these skulls on the map in really good situations or situations where maybe you're trying to get away. You got a skull on the way, pick that up and you're good to go. I mean, there were some times where, say you're playing on Bounty, there's a bunch of deaths and stuff like that. It was a very intense game. There'd be like 20 skulls in their spawn. You could just walk up there willy-nilly and nothing would happen to you. So Creepy Harvest was so cool back then.
We got 2 skulls that we can use, 3 skulls that we can use, 4 skulls that we can use. Okay, 11 to 8.
Ray just realizing that this star power is broken.
Nice double kill. That was an unnecessary
the healing was insane
special.
On Mortis back then.
That's okay. Let's back off. Our team is doing good. We don't want to die.
Man. Like, just look how nervous I was making these videos. I feel like I was a completely different person back then. It's crazy.
Okay.
Nuts, nuts, nuts.
Oh, don't die, Ray.
Nice, Piper. Dude. Oh, nice. But you're already in the lead. I wasn't watching closely.
Woo! Woo! Nice, good game.
Dude, his regular dashes were like coiled snake, or like coiled snake today. That is insane. Ooh, the victory screen so much different back then as well. Super cool. Now, guys, I have to show you this upload. It's one of my favorites on my channel. I remember way back in the day. I freaking love this video, and you guys are going to be able to see what Mortis was like when playing him way back in the day and a lot of stuff. Basically, I made a montage of what he was like and how he was played. Some good plays. I thought some good games, some fun kills and stuff like that. But just take a look at how different Mortis was. There was no commentary in this video. It was just a bunch of music, a bunch of non-copyright songs, fun stuff. Ooh, the Mortis snipe. Let's freaking go. But I had a good time with this, and it's fun to see Mortis way back here. I was playing in Bounty, messing around with some low health guys. Oh, the double kill and the skulls. We're using that Creepy Harvest, man. Mortis was actually played way different back then because he didn't have Coiled Snake, and I feel like that's kind of the staple with Mortis if you have him maxed out. If you're not using Coiled Snake, you're crazy, right? So you had to play like almost like a campy game with him. You had to wait for people to come to you so you could hit them with that first hit of your dash. But holy crap, that dynamite actually did good against us there. I don't know why I put this in. Maybe I was just saying like we're eating those dynamites for breakfast. Oh, the triple kill! Ray, you can do it, man. Stunt. Show off. Keep going in, man. Don't hold back. Oh, never mind. I didn't look at the score. It's 18-17. So that was for the win. Let's go. But again, Mortis, so different back then. It is so cool to see him and just how different Brawl Stars was. But yeah, guys, you should all let me know what you're thinking about this gameplay. Were you around to play Mortis in the earlier stages, or did you come when Android release came out, or did you come with global release? If so, you might have missed out on Brawl Stars when it was in this phase, portrait and looking the way that it does here. Really, really cool though. Awesome stuff. I could watch this stuff for days. Almost wish I could go back for like a day to like feel what Brawl Stars was like back then. How much different it was, like in portrait and stuff like that, and the graphics. I'm sure I would hate it. And now, of course, we are to present day. Much different channel indeed. Different Ray, different thumbnails, everything different. But I guess that's what 2.5 years will do to you. But yeah, guys, holy crap, thank you all so much for 200,000 subscribers. I know these types of videos don't necessarily do amazing or anything like that, but I need to start doing things like this a little bit more often. I don't necessarily tell you guys a whole lot about myself, and it's fun to look back at what Brawl Stars was way back in the day and how things looked. And really, I think the coolest thing was Mortis. I am a fan of Mortis, as you all know, and it's really cool to see what he looked like way back in the day and how he operated. Lots has changed in Brawl Stars. But yeah, overall, thank you guys so much for the continued support here on the channel. Can't believe we hit 200,000 subscribers. If you told me that 2 years ago when I first started my YouTube channel, I would say you're freaking nuts. That is not gonna happen. But oh well, I'm super happy it did. So thank you guys. If you come and go on the channel, still love ya. If you're here every single video, still love ya. Love you guys so dang much. But with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to slap a like. Just YouTuber things you already know. And with that being said, make sure to keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out, everybody.